Now, I'm gonna show you how to fix this clogged drain. When you go to turn it on, and it does this number, and then you turn it off, and it does that. Well, I'm gonna show you how to fix that, but first, we're gonna let some of that drain out on its own, and back in a second. All right, we are back, and we got a little less water in the drain. Now, what we're gonna do, this is your P-trap. And water usually sits right about this level, and that makes sure that the gases from your septic don't end up coming back up your sink and smelling like poop. Now, we're gonna take this apart, but I'm gonna forewarn you, when we do, there's probably gonna be a nasty smell to it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna loosen this bad boy up right here. Okay. You might need to use some channel locks to get it loosened up. You know, we're gonna loosen up this guy right here. And there comes some of that nasty water. Here we are. And you can already see some of that stuff coming up out of here, and well, it ain't pretty. And I can tell you right now, it don't smell great either. See if I can put this bad boy on a stand here and keep me recording. So from here, we're gonna go ahead and take this nut off right here. And dump it out. This is literally what has dumped out just in disconnection. You can see this thing is nasty as can be, smells bad, and I don't know what the heck that is, but it came out. This little rubber piece here is gonna go back on here when we get to hooking everything back up. But for right now, I'm gonna go rinse this guy out, and I'll show you what we're gonna run down this drain right here to get it, make sure it's all cleared out. All right, one thing I did fail to mention is that back here, you got this little packing nut. And this directly correlates to your drain. And as I have fondled it, I've got more water coming out, and nasty water at that. We're gonna go back here to this bad boy right here, and we're gonna loosen her up. Or we're gonna tighten it. There we are. I'm using my left hand, and I am not left-handed, so bear with me here. We'll go ahead and see if I can get that a little more centered underneath there. We're gonna take this bad boy off right here, and we're gonna pull this out. And if you'll see, that's gross. And there's things stuck to it. Nasty. When you do that, it's gonna allow you to pull this guy out. And yeah, you can already see just the nasty buildup on this thing. So this will have to be cleaned very well before we put everything back together. Down the drain, you can tell that is a mess, to say the least. Now, a number of ways you can do this. If you have one of these, a snake, then we will shove this down there, clean it all out, and because the bottom's opened up, it'll push all the debris right out through here and down into here. If you do not have one of these, that's okay. You can get some paper towel, something like this, and say a long screwdriver, kind of bunch this up, get it real, you know, and do this number. And just kind of keep shoving it down in there, and it ends up at the bottom. Now, unfortunately, we are during the pandemic here, so I don't want to use any paper towels more than I have to. But we're kind of going to do this number and straighten it out here and fit it into this drain. And then from there, you would take a screwdriver or, you know, something along these lines if you got it. And we're just going to use this to kind of push that bad boy down there. Yep, just like so. And then I just heard it hit the bottom, so I will load this back up like so. Now I'm gonna rinse my hands off before I touch my phone, and I'll be right back. there's our paper towel. This is not for the faint of heart, but that's all the gunk that we just pushed out. Now I'm gonna go clean this up, clean this P-trap up and make sure it's all cleaned out. And then we're gonna start putting things back together. We're all cleaned up, so let's start putting things back together. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with reconnecting the top of my P-trap back to the bottom of this drain, since we know we are all cleaned out here. Now from here, we're gonna get this rubber stopper deal that really shouldn't have came out, but it did. So we're gonna put it back in, and we're just gonna kind of make sure that this side's all the way up as far as, well, let me readjust my camera. There we go. There we are. Make sure this is in here very well. There's no gap, or as minimal as possible. We're gonna go ahead and get this back on here about finger tight. No need to put on too crazy. And we'll tighten this back up. I don't know if you remember when we took it apart, this is all kind of sideways and funky, but you know. Got our P-trap reconnected. It is time for us to put our stopper back in. So we'll take it. We're gonna go ahead and put this stopper back in. Hopefully that fits right. And we will get it reconnected here, see? And that is what you're reconnecting this fella right here. And once it's in, we'll go in, we'll tighten this bad boy right here. And I'm gonna need 2 hands for this, so once I come back, this should be back on right here, and we'll be ready to go. And I hope that's not poop. All right, we've got this guy reconnected here. Tightened down nice and well. That pin behind the ball ties back into the stopper up above. So we could now open and close our drain and give it a test. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this sink up because I don't want to leave it nasty for the homeowner. And we'll come back and let it run for about 5-10 minutes, make sure we got all the blockages, and then we're fixed, we're done. We can go home and have a drink. Oh, look at that. No stoppage at all. We are good to go. Down below, we don't have any leaks. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put a bucket down here just to make sure, but you can feel with your hands, and you know, if you don't feel any water, you're probably all right. But better safe than sorry, so I'll leave a bucket down here for a couple days, let it run, but we are back in business. Thanks for watching. If I helped you out at all, subscribe, like the video, you know, give me a little favor. And we'll have some more home fix-it type things coming up next.